Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel today. Figured I might fit a set of Barkbuster handguards which I've had in stock here for a while, so that should be maybe a pretty easy fit, I'm not sure. I'll show you the units in a minute and the instructions to it. And meanwhile, I've pulled out my old USB port and I've fitted this new one here which I got the other day. And the best thing about this one is, where a couple of years mentioned about the other one, they might drain a bit of battery power. This particular one I only have to touch it like so, and you might see now that it's on. If I touch it again, it's now off. So at least I've got no drain of power. And once again, oh yeah, so you got your power switch to the right, it's sort of touch sensitive, so over to your right, it's off, over to your right, press a button, back on. So I've still got two ports, but this time I haven't got any battery indicator with this particular one, so you know, you win. It's a win-win situation, sort of win-lose, whatever way you'd like to look at it. So the fact is now I've got an on and off switch, but I've lost the readout to what battery percentage I've got, so that's it now, it's off, and I can just cover her back up. Once again, when you pull her out, you're off. So that's the news there, so we'll have a look at the Barkbuster handguards that I purchased for the bike. Okay, so we've got the Barkbuster MX Enduro handguards. Now I thought these were just a aftermarket one, but when you look around the back here, it does actually say it's for a Honda CT125. Now we'll just swing back over to that USB port. That was the eBay purchase on eBay Australia for 20 bucks, and I just thought I'd give you a refresh on that one. So now these particular handguards by Barkbuster, they cost me roughly $100, and I actually brought these in when I purchased the suspension kit, so they came in on that one there. So the instructions are like so, and they're looks like they've got plenty of parts to put them together too, so there's no shortage of that. So when you look at that one there, we'll swing over to the parts involved. So they're just sort of virtually handlebar mounted. So if you look at those parts there, there's a fair few of them. Quite a lot of screws, nuts, bolts. So there's a bit involved. They're not the really good ones, they're only sort of plastic, but you know, you only pay $100, so you're not as if you're paying a huge amount of money for them. But they'd still probably be a lot better than nothing. And so there's your bracket, which will fit on the handlebars itself. And I think when you're heading along the scrub and you hit the odd bush, well, some little bit of protection there would be possibly better than zero. Plus it'd probably look a little bit better on the bike too, so we'll see how that goes. So it's just a matter of swinging back to these instructions where that's all you get. There's no step-by-step on the other side of your instructions. It does show you what you actually got, but that's about all it is. And a torque setting if you have to go to that stage, but apart from that it's just assemble them up and fit them. So we'll see how that goes. Okay guys, I fitted this, or fitted one of these Barkbuster handguards to it, so here it is here. Look, I probably won't go any further on this now because I think they're a little bit on the cheap and nasty side, and although they only cost roughly $100 to supply and fit, I don't think they're what I'd class as a good quality item. In fact, with no instructions on the fitting of the item and a lot of screws and that involved, well, just a lot of work in fitting them, and once again they're a poor item, so I don't think I'll go in that line. So if you want to go ahead with these items and fit them, we'll go ahead, but I think I will now wait till a better quality product comes on the market, or one that's a bit better reinforced. Going back a year ago, I fitted a handguard protection to a Royal Enfield. That was actually made by Royal Enfield, and it cost me roughly $100 for those guards. Now they were a lot better quality than these particular ones, and they were a nice solid fit, and I was really happy with these. But these ones, for the price, I just don't go much on them at all, so I think I'll pull them off the bike and to get this idea. So you know, until a better quality unit comes up, they were the only ones available at the time, and I think I'll pass on that one. But meanwhile, I have fitted the rear YSS shocks. They're in place now, and I've also fitted the front inserts with the adjusters on. So I've got those in the front forks too. Now I can say I've been out on the bike, I've tried it out on the dirt, and the bike really handles nicely with them on, and you can notice the difference how good it is riding on the dirt now, and I can run over the bumps and just glide over them now compared to be shaking around. And I have not noticed any front end clonking noises since I've been out on it and riding it on the dirt. Now I'm also still running with the 13 tooth front and 41 rear, and I'm still happy with that combo. And I find now when I'm out along the road and running on GPS, I'm fairly happy now running at 45 mile an hour, and if I want to I can run it up to 50 mile an hour at times. I find now I've got power in all gears, first right up to fourth, and I can power up most hills or something like that, and it's a lot more fun bike to ride compared to stock. So that'll be the gearing I'll be sitting with now for a fair while, or I think I'll be sitting at that level with that 1341 combo, because I'm really happy with that, and I can scoot off in any gear at a fairly quick pace, and it really lays the power down in any of those gears. And I really think I'm on a little sports bike compared to in stock form, where I really would say it's not all that exciting to ride. Even though some of the new guys now are starting to get their bikes and they think it's exciting to ride, I think if they rode this bike they'd know what it really is like to ride an exciting bike compared to in stock form. I had quite a few kilometres on the bike in stock, and in the beginning, sure, it seems exciting, but believe me, this is the exciting bike, not the stock bike. As like I said, I've put a few Ks on it, and I really know what I'm talking about in that line, but this bike really does perform, and it gives you the thrill. So apart from that, I've got it all under control now, and thanks for calling in, taking a look. And as for the Barkbusters, I'd class this as a no-go, so we'll see what happens in that line and catch up with you on the next clip.